All right. Cheers to everyone out there. This is SBN Lifestyle. Cheers. Okay. Here's what I want to talk about today. And this may be a little bit boring, but it all depends on what you like listening to in these videos. But I noticed lately that there are a lot of us that misinterpret, and we read a comment or we listen to someone say something, and then we take what they said either out of context, or we interpret it, or we think of it different. We read it different than what the person really meant. And I'll use an example, because when people comment me something, and I have nothing against the person that did, and I'm not going to say their name, the comment didn't even show up anyway. So if they watch, I have nothing against you at all. I don't ride like that. It's like, okay, well, let's talk about it. I'm a debater kind of guy. But someone called me a liar and said that you're lying about wanting to be rich and have a bunch of money and stuff. Well, let me explain what I mean by this. See, this is how we interpret stuff wrong. I'm not saying that if, I went, but I don't play the lottery, so this wouldn't happen. If I went and played a scratch off ticket and I won $100,000 or $500,000, of course I would take that money and I would use that for my living expenses and my car. And I would use it to invest into my name as a brand, and what I put out on this channel, and to my family, and help if somebody needs help, to help them. It's not for the mansions and the cars and the nice clothes and all that stuff. I'm not saying that I don't like to dress up or I don't like to go out from time to time, but it's not a lifestyle. I don't want to be the rich man. I don't want to be in a mansion and all that. You know what I mean? It's just not for me. It's years ago, I wanted all the material stuff. And today I could care less about it. It doesn't mean anything to me. Now, whether people think I'm lying about that, I'm telling you right now, I'm on welfare. I get food stamps. My rent is due. I'm 3 weeks behind on my rent. And my car needs, it's having trouble starting a little bit. So sooner or later, I'm going to have to pay for that. I'm broke. But, I just want enough to fix those things and to pay for those things. And if I have a little extra, that's great. But money does not run my life at all. Money has no say in who I am as a person. It's a piece of paper. There's a big difference between people. See, this is what I mean by misinterpretation and seeing things different. I don't know the word. I had the word in my head before I got on here. There's another word for it when you read something and you see it different than what the person really said. Like, I'll use an example. Say I say, oh, well, go ahead. Some people will interpret that I said it like this, like, oh, well, go ahead. Some will think I said, oh, well, go ahead. Oh, well, go ahead. Like, I said it in a softer tone. You see what I'm saying? There's all kinds of different ways to interpret what people and how people are saying something, and in today's day and age, with the phones and the internet and social media, there's so many comments and people talking back and forth. And I think we just get so mixed up because we're not speaking or talking face to face, and we're reading a comment, or we're watching someone do something and we're not really there in front of their face. You know what I mean? It's a lot different when you're talking to people. And this is why I did my video the other day about, I always want to feel good. Don't get it wrong. I love feeling good. But I'm talking about when you're letting your feelings control your life, and you're staying down and out because you feel bad, or you're like, I don't want to get out of bed. Believe me, I know how that is. I know. I have trouble waking up every day. I'm not a wake up kind of guy. Once I'm up, and then I'm up for a while, and then, I go into the night. I'm a night guy, and I like being up at night. But when I wake up, I gotta force myself to get up, and this all correlates in with what I'm saying, y'all. I know that it sucks. Sometimes we gotta force ourselves to do things that we don't want to do, and it sucks. It really does. But once you do force yourself to do these things, you will feel a bit better. You will feel a little bit better because you're going to be moving. Your blood's going to be flowing. Your endorphins are going to be moving in your brain and your body. And you get more oxygen. When you move around and you move your muscles and you take a walk, or you just do anything. Like if I would just sit here and go like this for 15, 20 minutes, you know what I mean? Like this. I would feel better in 20 minutes. I would feel better. I might not feel a lot better, but I'll feel a little bit better. So that doesn't have anything to do with the topic, but, this all kind of does mash in to itself. Everything goes together. It's like lately I've been thinking about a lot of what a lot of people say. And besides our personalities and the choices that we make and the things we do, we are all the same. We're all the same people. Just because you have a little bit of darker skin and you have melanin in your skin, it doesn't make you different from me. And just because your hair may be a little more coarse than mine, or I have coarse hair for a white guy. My hair's pretty stiff, or it's a little bit for a white guy. But I'm not. I'm a bunch of things. I'm, Croatian. I got some Serbian in me, Irish, German. I got a bunch of shit in me. So I'm like a mixture of so many things. People think I'm Puerto Rican and stuff, but I'm not. I'm Caucasian, but, just because my hair is a little thicker or lighter, we're all the same. The only thing is that our pride and our ego makes us think that we are different. It makes us think that I'm not like these people. And no, maybe you're not like them personality wise and what you think and your ideals. But this is why I say about ideals and stuff are so dangerous, because it separates people, and it says I am better than, I'm not like you, and that's not my message at all. My message is that we're all the same. We all have, if you're healthy, we all have an equal opportunity to do or be what it is that we're going to be. Like if we're in a friendly competition and you're healthy and I'm healthy, then you're both equal. It doesn't matter what color you are, or the freaking the feeling of your hair and all that, or how big your lips or your nose is. Like, who gives a shit about stupid petty stuff like that? It's just petty, man. It's petty. And I'm not saying this towards the person that commented to me, but we just talk about so much petty stuff. Like, it's just petty. It's just really, really petty. And that's why you won't find me on social outlets going back and forth with these people, because it gets you nowhere and it just causes problems and drama. And it's like cancer. It's like poison. But yet there's some people that like that poison. They like that cancer. They like going back and forth with people, and they like the drama. I don't. So that's where we're different. You see, we're different with the ideal and the personality. That's where we're different in that arena. But I don't have nothing against them as a person. I have something against their ideal and the things that they are doing. Even though they can do whatever they want to do, sometimes they don't even see that it's affecting their own life. And then people like me have to maybe say something and not mind my own business. And see, that's where the trouble happens, is where we have to tell people and maybe correct them or teach them, like, look, man, what you're doing, you're just poisoning yourself. And that's what I hate doing. I hate telling people, hey, look, do you realize what you're doing? I don't like doing that. I never liked correcting people or saying, hey, man, maybe, you need to lighten up on the sauce a little, or maybe you're doing too much of something, because then it seems like you're preaching to them. Then they get even more upset and angry. So it's like, what do? Do you just let them go? Do you just let them wallow in their own shit? Do you just let them keep thinking about all this stuff that's getting them nowhere, and it's not proving a damn thing? You know what I mean? I don't know. Sometimes it's just, you got to let things go. And I'm a let go kind of guy. It's like, I just got to let go of everything today. I got to let go of all these thoughts that I'm thinking about. I got to let go of my pride. I got to let go of just all of what I think that I'm going to do today, or I'm going to be today, or what I'm going to say today. It doesn't matter. It's like, when we can just sit here and say it does not matter, and let go and say, cheers, and just drink your cup of coffee and just let it be. It's simple, but I don't know. We just make stuff hard, And going back to the misinterpreting words, and I can't think of the word. There's a word for it when you read something and everybody has a different, it's similar to interpretation, but it's not interpretation. But yeah, and a lot of times I comment and I write something in someone's channel, they'll get really offended and write me something back like, really aggressive and angry. And the point of me writing something was not to get them angry or to get them aggressive or to do any of that. But that's what seems to happen a lot, because you're coming at people's ideals and their ideology. And they don't like that. They don't like when you say, hey, listen, you're kind of destroying yourself here, man. You're messing yourself up here, woman. And that's the thing that I hate doing the most, but it's something, I don't want to get in people's business, but it's kind of something that I have to do sometimes, because I can't stand for just stupid ignorance, dumb, stupid ignorance, and people destroying themselves, and they can't even see it sometimes. Even though it's not my business what they do with their life, I don't want them to go through this bullshit in life, but I have to let it go, though. I gotta let it go sometimes. I can't get involved with what I kind of think I might have to get involved with sometimes, you know? And I'm not a nosy person. I'm not a nosy guy. I don't want to handle other people's problems and all that, you know, because it's not my problem. You know, your problems are yours and mine is mine. And this is why I say, if we would all see our problems, our own problems, and when we read comments and say, okay, well, what is this person telling me here, without getting upset and angry and assuming that they're coming at our neck. You know, we always assume that people are against us because that's the pride and ego there. It's always saying, oh, this person, do they think they're better than me? What is this person telling me? And see, when you have that mind thought, when you have that mind frame, it's just, it's so, I don't even know the word. It puts a damper on your life, and you're just constantly thinking about, I need to be better than the next person. Or, does this guy think he's tough? Does he think he's tough? You know what I mean? It's this constant mindset of someone's trying to pull one over on me, or I gotta watch out for everybody because I don't trust anybody. And some of these thoughts I still think from time to time, but then I catch myself and say, it is me. It is me, the one thinking this bullshit. Then if the next guy thinks it, it's him thinking it. And then what does it do? It just causes a clash, and it causes problems. It causes the clash. Then the explosion. And then that clash and explosion goes out to other people. You know, and I just always been the peacemaker kind of guy. I always been the guy, the equalizer, the guy in between to squash beefs and be there to say, hold on, hold up, back it up. You know what I mean? And I did stop a lot of quarrels and disputes and things that could have turned really bad. And people ended up thanking me for doing that because they were so taken over and controlled by these thoughts and this pride and ego, and them assuming that someone was saying something that they might have not even really been saying at all in the first place. And then you can end up doing something and going to jail for the rest of your life. Or you can do one little thing and get in trouble for one little stupid thing. So that's why when I talk about this, I talk about this. Because I know how easy it is to get in trouble. You know, I'm not trying to be the overprotective, preaching type of guy. You know, I don't want to come across like that. But there's a lot of things that I learned in life, and I have got to tell it to other people. I can't just keep it to myself, you know, because I might change somebody's mind today from doing something that they're thinking about doing, and I might, you know, not that I'm going to change their mind, but I might say something to change the course of what they were going to do. You know what I mean? You never know what you're doing. I might make things worse. I don't know, you know, but that's not my intention. My intention is to make things better. And that's why I do these videos, is to better my life and better the lives of somebody watching. But yet I'm not responsible for your life. You're responsible for your life, and I'm responsible for mine. You know, we got to all be responsible for our own actions, you know, plain and simple. So with that, you know, if you didn't subscribe, please subscribe. If you like the video, like it so I can get out more. You know, I'll tell you all this because I have to remind people. So that's about all I got for now. Somebody but nobody here, SBN Lifestyle. And check out my playlist section. I have a bunch of other things on there too. So welcome and enjoy. Later, y'all.